September 1st, the defenseless Wendy Wicked was taken from her car, held for 9 days, and then murdered. We are here to indict her killer, William Wicked, and accessories to her murder, Penny Pullen and Anita Angus. Now we are going to explain who we think should be exonerated. There were 6 primary suspects. We have narrowed it down to 3, and we will exonerate Kay Kingsbury, Matthew Young, and Vicky Varner. The only incriminating evidence against Kingsbury is that her prints were found on the victim and on Wicked's car, but they are cousins, and the fact that they would have physical contact is extremely plausible. On top of that, she had confirmed alibi for the day Wendy was taken and killed. The evidence found against Vicky Varner was that her DNA was found in the lodge. Vicky Varner is related to Matthew Young and has been trying to court Penny Pullen. We believe that at some point Varner and Young had contact. Then Young had contact with Pullen, who was most likely in the room with William, and that is why her DNA was found, even though she is innocent. Due to Locard's exchange principle, which states that a person to a crime will always leave behind evidence, this exonerates both Matthew Young and Vicky Varner because they had contact with Pullen, who we believe participated in the crime. That being said, District Attorney Rodolfo Diaz will present conclusive evidence onto who we believe committed the crime.
We would like to formally indict Anita Angus and Penny Pullen as accessories to first-degree murder and indict William Wicked for first-degree murder of Wendy Wicked. Evidence against Miss Angus is that she owns an outdoor recreation store, giving her the means to obtain a weapon that could possibly be used against Wendy Wicked. Her fingerprints were also found on the tire iron that was covered in Wendy's blood, leading us to believe that it was the second possible murder weapon that resulted in Wendy Wicked's death. On top of this, her DNA was found underneath the nails of the victim. We believe this happened at some point with physical altercation between the suspect and Anita when Wendy tried to escape. Anita Angus also happened to have an unconfirmed alibi on the day of the death, only further proving Anita Angus being guilty. With this evidence, we would like to convict Ms. Angus for conspiring to kill Wendy Wicked, providing the weapons for eventual death. Due to the injuries on the victim's body, we can assume that the victim was shot in the chest through the use of a gun. We tested multiple guns and using the velocity and impact to figure out which bullet was shot. However, due to the fact that we do not know who owns which gun or which guns are available to the perpetrators, we cannot conclusively say which gun was used against Miss Wicked. Also, there was a tire iron that was bludgeoned against her skull. We also tested the velocity of the tire iron and the force that was used in order to impact against the skull. However, because we cannot specifically calculate what force was used or how hard it was thrown at Miss Wicked's head, we cannot specifically conclude that it was used against her, or the impact injury towards her skull was from a fall. Now here is attorney Haley Turner to give you...
On the previous fall day of September 1st, William Wicked reported his wife, Wendy Wicked, missing. Police found Mr. Wicked's car in the woods 8 days after he reported his wife missing. We have concurred that Wendy was murdered the same day the car was found due to the entomological evidence found on her body. 5 days after the estimated date that we think she was murdered, her body was found at Lake Melvin Lodge. And now here's the attorney Nicole Sears to present the location in which these events occurred.
Go ahead. Wicked's car was found on September 9th by Lake Melvin. The tire iron, which is suspected to be the weapon used to cause Wendy's head injury, was found in the woods near Wendy's vehicle. Wendy Wicked's body was found at Lake Melvin Lodge and Resort, half hidden behind the dumpster, which is right below her room on the 3rd floor. The bullet casing used to kill Wicked was found outside the Lake Melvin.
After seeing all the evidence presented and the motives behind them, we believe Wicked, Pullen, and Angus are all guilty. We hope the jury will agree that there is enough evidence to convict Pullen and Angus. Unfortunately, when trying to get information from William Wicked, he was not given food or water. This is cruel and unusual punishment, which goes against the 8th Amendment. Therefore, he cannot be convicted. He can't be tried again because that is double jeopardy, which is illegal. Hence, he gets off scot-free.